We're going to talk about Doom: The Dark Ages. This comes hot after the recent Xbox January 2025 Direct showcase, and wow, it was a hell of a showcase. As usual, all news sources will be linked down in the description below that like button. If you're new here and you're enjoying the content, consider subscribing. Let's get into it. First, the setting. What's interesting is where in the Doom timeline this game takes place. This entry to the series is a prequel to the 2016 Doom reboot. In this specific time period, the Doomslayer is used as a weapon against gods and kings. This all takes place in a dark fantasy world, the complete opposite of high-tech sci-fi from the prior two Doom releases. There is some tech, but it definitely has a more mechanical, dark fantasy vibe with its environments and even some of its weapons. We'll be exploring mysterious worlds, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. You'll have multiple ways to traverse environments, as you not only slay demons, but search for secrets hidden throughout each area. In regards to appearances, Doomslayer appears to be rocking a fur cape, as well as a loincloth attached with chains over his Praetor suit. This kind of made me laugh at first, but in a good way. Hugo Martin, who is the creative director, he's always shared his inspiration for 80s pop culture, action movies. To me, this looks like a nod to the old Conan movies, and it's fitting. The demons also appear to be in similar fashion, wearing fur capes, leathers, and using shields and swords with some light tech. And it looks like you have more large demons to slay. Love it. This style makes me think of the dark fantasy stuff that you see on metal album covers. Weapons appear to match this setting too. We see some new entries to the series. The shield saw takes center stage of the new arsenal available to the Slayer. The shield can be tossed as a projectile weapon and have it return back to you, or held up defensively to mitigate damage. And even more exciting is being able to parry with it. The parry appears to require some skill from the player with timing its execution. We also have three options for melee: an iron flail, a spiked mace, and of course, your melee, which can apparently be charged with electricity. What really stood out in the demonstration is that melee kills won't take control away from you, like the glory kill systems in Doom 2016 and Eternal. And the big kicker is that it is all from one single button. It's contextual, so you won't have to fumble with as many buttons while fighting. They will have combos and upgrades as well, which look awesome. You have more control, allowing you to maintain your combat flow. And of course, Doom has guns. We see the double-barrel shotgun, a key staple to any Doom game. Can't leave this boomstick classic out of any Doom game. It goes boom, real good, enough said. We get a demonstration of a bone grinder gun, which grinds down skulls and shoots out a spray of bone fragments at enemies. Such an awesome visual design. The feedback you get from just watching it in action is extremely satisfying. The plasma gun also makes a return as well, even having a dual plasma mode. There's also some kind of nail gun that shoots giant bolts and pins enemies to walls. I couldn't help but think of Quake with its nail guns, fused with a railgun as well, since it appears to have a slow rate of fire. Another impressive weapon, if we can call it that, is the Atlan mechs. You can finally control one of them in the Dark Ages. In prior Dooms, we saw them in the background of levels, serving as environmental storytelling. Now, though, you get to drive them and fight even bigger demons with bigger weapons. So you can ride a dragon in the game. Let's hear from Hugo when he describes that part.
And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon.
The team at id just keep one-upping each Doom game with its spectacle and power fantasy. Let's talk gameplay. obviously this will be a single-player first-person shooter. What really stood out to me is Hugo's comparisons of each Doom game. In 2016, we were asked to run and gun. In Eternal, we were told to jump and shoot. And with Dark Ages, we are going to stand and fight. To quote Hugo, the creative director, again, in Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom the Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank, heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal, and a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games, Martin explained. This means that you'll be more grounded as a player. Players will be weaving between projectiles just like in the original Doom, and all this talk on strafing to aim indicates we're going back to an emphasis on horizontal gameplay instead of the verticality seen in Doom Eternal's movement and gameplay. With this shift in gameplay mechanics, Martin has also teased that Doom the Dark Ages will have the biggest spaces, biggest AI, and the most powerful feeling weapons that we've ever seen in a Doom game. Hey, look, he's obviously doing his best to market this game in the demonstration, and damn it, it's working. So instead of the crazy aerial combat that you could achieve in Doom Eternal, we're returning to more horizontal grounded combat, strafing and maneuvering between fireballs and slaying enemies as you move. The levels are also designed for this type of gameplay, being much larger and having plenty of spaces full of demons to slay. Another key feature, highlighted by Marty Stratton, are new accessibility options, which will allow players to tune specific aspects of the gameplay to make the combat more approachable. You can tune the incoming and outgoing damage, enemy projectile speed, enemy aggression, parry windows, daze duration, game speed, and resource values. That means more players can get into Doom and can experience all the game has to offer. For me personally, I always start on Ultra Violence and then eventually do a Nightmare run. I'm really looking forward to the new challenges this game will offer. And of course, there's amazing graphics. Let's talk about it. At the 2025 CES event, NVIDIA shared a trailer demonstrating ray tracing technology for upcoming games. Doom the Dark Ages was part of that trailer, and it was confirmed that the game will be utilizing full ray tracing in its real-time graphics rendering. This would not be the first time an id Tech game engine was utilizing full-time ray tracing. Most recently, Machine Games released Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, running on the latest id Tech engine and utilizing full ray tracing. id Software is a leader when it comes to game engine technology, and they are the masters of pushing high graphical fidelity while achieving high performance. There's no doubt that the id Tech engine has received some significant upgrades, and I can't wait to see them while playing Doom the Dark Ages on my PC. Just as important as the gameplay and graphics for any Doom game, let's talk soundtrack. Mick Gordon did amazing work in recreating the Doom music for a modern audience for Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. It is unfortunate that he won't be a part of the musical score for this release due to some unfortunate circumstances which ended his relationship with id Software after Doom Eternal's release. This video is going to stick on topic with Doom the Dark Ages, but I'll include a link in the description if you want more details on what happened between Mick and id Software. It wasn't good. But don't worry, the soundtrack is in good hands again. It will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move. They have worked on soundtracks for many games, to name a few, Borderlands 3 and multiple Halo titles. In perusing their website, they not only compose music, but have experience with interactive music systems, utilizing game engine and middleware implementation. I can't wait to hear how dynamic and reactive the music is to my actions in-game. On a side note, I was a bit surprised by this reveal, as I thought Andrew Hulshult Andrew Hulshult, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, I thought he would be involved with the soundtrack. Allow me to introduce you to Andrew Hulshult, a metal music composer who has been writing bangers for quite some time. He's written music for many other shooters like Dusk, A Medieval, Quake Champions, and even both DLCs for Doom Eternal: The Ancient Gods. More recently, the re-release of the classic Doom titles provides an option to switch from the classic MIDI score composed by Bobby Prince to Andrew's IDKFA covers that he wrote long before joining id Software. He's a real one, a true fan of Doom and its catalog of games. Hopefully, we'll see him return back to id for future collaborations. So, when is the release date? It is official, it's not too far out. It's May 15th, 2025. That's when we'll be able to enjoy this new entry into the Doom series. We had some leaks that came out recently that predicted this date, but now it is officially confirmed by id Software. So what platforms can you play Doom: The Dark Ages? As of the publishing of this video, it'll be fully crossplay, PC via Steam, Xbox Series X or S, PlayStation 5, and it'll be available day one on Game Pass. The studio director Marty Stratton wants to make sure everyone has the chance to play Doom: The Dark Ages. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets updated to include the Switch 2. This hasn't been announced yet, but I imagine at a future date, they'll probably make a port for the Switch 2. They did this for Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. The tech team over there at id Software, they're wizards. It's a challenge that I'm sure they are looking forward to accomplishing. I'm a bit of a Doom connoisseur, an enjoyer of demon slaying, and a rip in terror. Dodging fireballs, parrying with my shield, and pinning enemies to walls with my nail gun. I've already pre-ordered the game, and I can't wait to dig into this experience. What about you? Are you hyped for this new iteration of Doom? What specifically are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comments down below. And that wraps it up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Share it with friends and family. I'm sure that your mom would love to hear that a new Doom game is coming out soon. Check out this recommended video right here and subscribe for more great gaming content. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.